The 7-year-old boy ran barefoot, feet bleeding, tears streaming. He burst into the parking lot where 15 bikers stood, huge men, tattoos, leather, scary looking, but the boy was beyond fear. "Please help! Mommy won't wake up! She's on the floor! I think she's dying! Follow me home now, please!" 15 men froze. Then their president spoke. "Everyone on bikes now! We follow this kid. Someone needs help. Move!" 15 Harleys roared, following a barefoot child running desperately, half-mile through fields, to a trailer park, dilapidated trailer. Inside, young mother unconscious, high fever, shallow breathing, bills everywhere, empty fridge, freezing cold, extreme poverty. While they waited for ambulance, they saw everything. Child sleeping on floor, no food, no heat. Mother worked 3 jobs, but still drowning. When social services tried taking the boy, the president said, "No, he stays with us. Southern Thunder takes responsibility for this family. This stops now." Subscribe and leave a like. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. Tyler Matthews was 7 years old. He lived with his mom, Jessica, in a rundown trailer park outside Nashville, Tennessee. It was just the two of them. Had been for 4 years since Tyler's dad left. Never paid child support, never looked back. Jessica worked 3 jobs trying to make ends meet. Waitress during day shifts at diner, $18,000 yearly. Night cleaning crew at office building, $9,000 yearly. Weekend caregiver for elderly patients, $4,000 yearly. Total income, $31,000. Not enough, never enough. Rent on the trailer was $650 monthly. Utilities, another $200 when they could pay them. Currently, heat was off, phone disconnected, food, gas, Tyler's basic needs consumed everything else. There was never extra. Jessica skipped meals so Tyler could eat, wore same worn clothes for years, never bought anything for herself. Tyler knew Mom worked hard. She left at 5 a.m. for diner. Came home at 3 p.m., napped 2 hours, left again at 6 p.m. for cleaning job, home at 1 a.m. Weekends, she worked 12-hour shifts caregiving. She was always exhausted, always pushing through. October 20th, 2024, Sunday morning. Jessica had worked Saturday, 12 hours caregiving. Came home at 8 p.m. exhausted. Had been coughing for 2 weeks but couldn't afford doctor. No health insurance. Couldn't miss work to see free clinic. Sunday morning, she got up at 6 a.m. to make Tyler breakfast before her caregiver shift. But when she stood, she collapsed. Hit the kitchen floor hard. Didn't get up. Tyler was in the tiny bedroom. Heard the crash. Ran out. "Mommy?" Jessica was on the floor, eyes closed, not moving, breathing shallow and fast. Her skin was burning hot. Fever. High fever. "Mommy! Wake up, Mommy!" Tyler shook her. Nothing. He started crying, panic rising. "Mommy, please wake up!" She didn't respond. Her lips were turning blue, not getting enough oxygen. Tyler didn't know what to do. They had no phone, disconnected 6 months ago. He didn't know their exact address, just Trailer 47. He was 7, scared, alone. Mom was dying. He ran outside. Their trailer park was spread out. Nearest neighbor was working, truck gone. Next one too. Sunday morning, everyone who could work was working. Tyler made a decision. Ran. Barefoot, his only shoes had holes so bad he didn't wear them at home. Ran through the field behind trailer park. Grass cut his feet. Rocks, sticks. He didn't care. Had to find help. Crossed the secondary road. Almost got hit by car. Kept running. Saw something ahead. Parking lot, diner, motorcycles, lots of them. 15 big Harleys and men. Big men in leather, Southern Thunder Motorcycle Club. They'd stop for breakfast during Sunday ride. Tyler ran straight at them. Didn't think about being scared. Only thought, save Mommy. He burst into their circle. 15 massive men turned, covered in tattoos, wearing leather vests with club patches. Intimidating. But Tyler was beyond fear. "Please help. Mommy won't wake up. She's on the floor. Not responding. I think she's dying. Please follow me home, quick, please." 15 men stared. Shocked, barefoot child, feet bleeding, tears streaming, desperate. The president, Reaper 5863-270, knelt down. "Son, where do you live? Where's your mom?" "I don't know how to say address, but I can show you. Follow me now, please. She'll die if you don't come." Tyler started running back the way he came. Reaper made instant decision. "Everyone on bikes now. We follow this kid. Someone needs help urgent. Move!" 15 Harleys roared to life, followed 7-year-old boy running barefoot. Through field, across road, half-mile. Boy never stopped, never slowed, just ran. They reached trailer park. Tyler pointed frantically. "There, Mommy's in there." Trailer 47, old, deteriorating, paint peeling, broken steps, windows covered with plastic, clear poverty. 15 bikers rushed in, found devastating scene. Young woman, Jessica 32, unconscious on kitchen floor. Skin burning with fever, breathing shallow, lips blue, critical condition. Reaper immediately called 911 on his cell. "Need ambulance at Shady Grove Trailer Park, Trailer 47. Woman unconscious, high fever, respiratory distress, critical, hurry." Snake, vice president, checked her vitals. Pulse weak, fever maybe 104. She needs hospital now. While they waited, other members looked around. What they saw broke their hearts. Empty fridge, except sour milk and moldy bread. Empty cabinets, piles of overdue bills, utilities, medical, rent. Child's mattress on floor with thin blanket. Kids' clothes all torn or too small. Only shoes with soles falling off. Trailer freezing, no heat. Evidence everywhere that this mother worked herself to death trying to provide, but still lived in desperate poverty. Tyler clung to Reaper's leg. "Please don't let Mommy die. It's just us two. She's all I have. She works so hard. Please save her." 12 minutes felt like hours. Ambulance arrived. Paramedics assessed Jessica quickly. Severe bacterial pneumonia, extreme dehydration, exhaustion. If she'd been alone much longer, organ failure. Kid saved her life getting help. They loaded Jessica onto stretcher. Tyler tried climbing an ambulance. "I go with Mommy." "Sorry, kid. Family only rides an ambulance. You'll have to follow." "He's coming with us," Reaper said firmly. "We're taking him to hospital. We're responsible for him now." At hospital, social services arrived. Standard procedure when child found in neglect situation. "We'll need to take Tyler into temporary custody while mother recovers." "No." Reaper's voice was steel. "Kid stays with us. We're going to hospital with him. Make sure he sees his mom. While she recovers, we'll care for him and fix this situation. Southern Thunder takes responsibility for this family. Understood?" Social worker hesitated, but Tyler grabbed Reaper's leg. "Please don't leave me alone. Mommy says angels come when we need them. You came when I screamed. Please stay." That did it. These 15 tough men, hardened by life, covered in intimidating ink, melted. 7-year-old running barefoot, begging for help, had chosen them as heroes. They wouldn't abandon him. Social worker reluctantly agreed. "Fine, but we'll be monitoring closely." In hospital parking lot, Reaper gathered his brothers. "Tyler chose us when he needed heroes. His mom almost died working 3 jobs, but still living in poverty. This stops now. Southern Thunder adopts this family. We pay medical bills, fix that trailer or find decent house, fill their fridge, buy clothes and shoes for Tyler. Ensure when Jessica leaves hospital, she has real support so she doesn't kill herself working." "Who's with me?" Every hand raised. Unanimous. When barefoot child runs screaming, "Mommy won't wake up," only acceptable response is, "We take care of you now." Jessica regained consciousness 2 days later, confused. Tubes everywhere. "Tyler, where's Tyler?" "He's safe," nurse said, "with the bikers who brought you in. They've been here every day with him." "Bikers?" Reaper entered. Tyler beside him. Boy ran to Mom. "Mommy, you're awake. I was so scared." "Baby, what happened?" "You fell. Wouldn't wake up. I ran and found these men. They helped." "They saved you." Jessica looked at Reaper, intimidating, covered in tattoos, leather vest, but holding her son's hand gently. "Thank you for helping Tyler find help." "Ma'am, we did more than that. Your son ran barefoot half-mile begging us to save you. When we got to your trailer, we saw everything. We know you're working 3 jobs. Know you're drowning despite working 90 hours weekly. Know your son was living without heat, without food, without basic necessities. That stops now. Southern Thunder is helping you. We've already started. I can't accept charity. Not charity. Family. Tyler chose us. We choose you both. Please let us help. Over next 2 weeks, while Jessica recovered in hospital, pneumonia was severe, bacterial infection deep in lungs requiring powerful IV antibiotics for 14 days straight, complete bed rest, oxygen support, careful monitoring. Southern Thunder mobilized with military precision and overwhelming generosity. Step 1. Medical bills. The hospital bill was already climbing toward $47,000. ER admission, 2 weeks inpatient care, medications, specialists, tests. Jessica had no insurance. This would bankrupt her permanently, destroy any chance at stability. The club held emergency fundraiser. Members contributed personal funds. Organized charity ride that raised $30,000 in single weekend. Within 10 days, they'd paid hospital bill completely, $47,000. Wiped out, Jessica would leave hospital with 0 medical debt. Step 2. Housing. Snake and 3 members visited trailer park. Assessed trailer 47 thoroughly. It was beyond reasonable repair. Structural damage, mold, failing systems, fundamentally unsafe, especially for recovering person. They made decision. Find real house. Spent 3 days searching. Found perfect option. Small 2-bedroom house in working-class neighborhood near good schools. $900 monthly rent. Safe, clean, warm. 3 club members co-signed lease guaranteeing landlord would rent to single mother with no credit. They paid first month, last month, security deposit, $2,700 total, ensuring Jessica could move in immediately upon hospital release. Step 3. Furnishing. Empty house needed everything. Members donated furniture from their homes. Gently used but quality pieces. Others bought new essentials. Within week, they'd furnished completely. Beds with new mattresses for both bedrooms, couch and armchair for living room, kitchen table with 4 chairs, dishes and cookware, towels and linens, TV, lamps, everything needed for functional, comfortable home. Total value approximately $8,000, all donated or purchased by club members. Step 4. Food security. They filled refrigerator and pantry completely. Fresh produce, meat, dairy, pasta, rice, canned goods, snacks for Tyler, everything for balanced meals for month. Then established permanent account at nearby grocery store, $500 monthly credit automatically renewed, ensuring Jessica and Tyler never faced food insecurity again. Step 5. Tyler's immediate needs. Boy had been wearing torn clothes, shoes with separated soles, sleeping on floor with inadequate blanket. They took him shopping, bought complete wardrobe, jeans, shirts, underwear, socks, pajamas, Sunday clothes, 3 pairs good shoes, everyday athletic dress, winter coat rated for Tennessee cold, backpack, school supplies, bedroom furniture, toys, everything 7-year-old needed and deserved. Approximately $2,000 spent ensuring Tyler had proper childhood essentials. Step 6. Financial stability. They paid 6 months' rent up front, $5,400, giving Jessica breathing room to establish herself in new job without immediate housing pressure. They established $10,000 emergency fund in bank account in Jessica's name, safety net for unexpected expenses, car repairs, medical needs, anything that might otherwise push her back into crisis. Step 7. Employment. Jessica's 3-job situation was unsustainable. They networked through business connections. Found better option. Local accounting firm needed receptionist. $42,000 yearly salary. Full health insurance included. Normal 9 to 5 hours. Weekends off. Growth potential. Reaper personally vouched for Jessica's work ethic and character. Firm agreed to interview her upon hospital release. She got job immediately. They saw someone who'd worked 90 hours weekly without complaint, clearly reliable and determined. Total investment by Southern Thunder, approximately $75,000 in direct financial support, plus countless hours of labor and coordination. Every member contributed, nobody complained. When 7-year-old runs begging "Mommy won't wake up," price of response is irrelevant. You do whatever's needed. When Jessica was released from hospital, they brought her and Tyler to new house. She cried, seeing it. "I can't. This is too much." "You worked yourself unconscious," Reaper said gently. "You deserve this. Tyler deserves this." "We're not asking permission. We're family now. Accept it." Tyler hugged Reaper. "Thank you for saving Mommy. You're my heroes." At 6 months, life was transformed. Jessica thrived at job, promoted to accounting assistant, earning $48,000. Tyler, healthy, happy, excelling in school. House felt like home. Southern Thunder members visited weekly, became extended family. Tyler called Reaper Uncle Reaper. "Why did you help us?" Jessica asked Reaper during dinner. "Because your son ran barefoot, bleeding, screaming for help. He trusted us when most fear us. We couldn't let him down. Plus, you worked 3 jobs trying to survive. That's not life. That's existence. You deserved better." At 1 year, Jessica had saved money, had emergency fund, had stability. "I want to pay you back." "No, pay it forward. When you see someone struggling, help them. That's how you thank us." Story went viral. 7-year-old's desperate plea saves mom, transforms lives. A video of Tyler hugging Reaper had 600 million views. Southern Thunder established Tyler's Angels, helping single parents in crisis, emergency intervention, housing, jobs, support, ensuring no parent killed themselves working while children suffered. Over 800 families helped first year. At 5 years, 3,000 families helped. At 10 years, Jessica was accounting manager, earning $65,000. Tyler, 17, planning college, both thriving. 10 years ago, I collapsed, Jessica reflected. Tyler ran screaming. 15 bikers responded, saved my life, transformed our lives, taught us heroes wear leather. Sometimes heroes ride motorcycles. Sometimes 7-year-olds save everyone. Sometimes one scream changes everything. Tyler proved it. Southern Thunder honored it. Thousands benefited forever. Subscribe and leave a like. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. At 30 years after Tyler ran barefoot screaming, "Mommy won't wake up," the impact of that desperate childhood plea had rippled through generations of struggling families. Tyler was 37 now. Successful social worker running comprehensive family support programs across Tennessee, while Jessica, now 62, retired from 30-year accounting career, volunteered extensively with Tyler's Angels organization that had saved them decades earlier. 30 years ago, I was drowning, Jessica told audience of 2,000 at Southern Thunder's anniversary celebration in Nashville. Working 90 hours weekly across 3 jobs, still couldn't afford heat or food. I collapsed from pneumonia and exhaustion. My 7-year-old son ran barefoot, bleeding, screaming for help to 15 bikers he'd never met. Those terrifying-looking men mobilized immediately, saved my life, transformed our circumstances completely, paid medical bills, found us real home, furnished it, established food security, got me single job with health insurance. They gave us dignity when system had abandoned us. Now, 30 years later, Tyler's Angels has helped over 20,000 families escape similar desperate circumstances. Tyler stood beside his mother on stage, now confident professional who'd dedicated career to helping families like his own had been. "That morning changed everything," he added. "I was 7, terrified, barefoot, desperate. I saw 15 huge men in leather and patches, people society teaches kids to fear, and I ran to them screaming for help because they were the only option I had. They didn't hesitate, didn't question, just acted. Uncle Reaper and Southern Thunder showed me that heroes don't look like movies suggest. Sometimes heroes have tattoos and ride Harleys. Sometimes salvation comes from unexpected sources. Reaper had passed away 8 years earlier, at 86, 22 years after saving Tyler and Jessica. His funeral drew 80,000 people. Tyler delivered eulogy crying. Uncle Reaper looked scary but had gentlest heart. He heard 7-year-olds screaming and responded without hesitation. He taught me that judging people by appearance is society's greatest mistake. He showed me what real strength looks like. Using power to protect vulnerable people, he saved my mom's life. He gave me childhood I wouldn't have had. Thank you, Uncle Reaper. I became social worker because you showed me how to help people properly. Tyler's Angels, established 30 years earlier, had grown exponentially into comprehensive family crisis intervention network, operating across all southern states with annual budget exceeding $300 million. The program provided immediate comprehensive support for families in crisis, similar to what Southern Thunder gave Jessica and Tyler. Emergency medical bill payment, housing assistance, furniture and necessities, food security establishment, employment facilitation, ongoing support ensuring families achieved sustained stability. Success rate was remarkable. 89% of helped families remained stable 5 years post-intervention. We're successful because we remember our founding story precisely, program directors explained during strategic planning. 7-year-old Tyler ran to bikers screaming desperately. They provided immediate comprehensive response, didn't just treat symptoms, they addressed root causes systematically. We replicate that model exactly. When family contacts us in crisis, we mobilize within hours, providing everything needed for sustained stability recovery, not just temporary band-aids. The viral video from 30 years earlier, news footage of barefoot bleeding Tyler hugging massive tattooed Reaper outside hospital, had been viewed over 6 billion times across 3 decades, making it one of most watched rescue videos demonstrating community response to childhood crisis. Image of tiny, desperate child being protected by intimidating biker had become iconic in social work field, appearing on family services materials, crisis intervention training programs, documentaries about non-traditional community support systems. At 35 years after rescue, Tyler received National Social Worker of Year Award for lifetime service to families in crisis. At ceremony in Washington, D.C., he wore necklace containing small piece of asphalt from parking lot where he'd first encountered Southern Thunder, carefully preserved for 3.5 decades as reminder of where transformation began. This asphalt represents my desperation 35 years ago, Tyler said during acceptance speech. I stood barefoot on this surface, bleeding, crying, screaming to strangers for help. They could have ignored me, called authorities, kept eating breakfast. Instead, they followed me immediately, found my dying mother, mobilized comprehensive life-changing response. Now I've spent career ensuring other desperate children get similar immediate comprehensive support. We've helped 35,000 families. We've proven that crisis intervention works when response is immediate, comprehensive, and sustained. At 40 years after that October morning, 40th anniversary was commemorated with week-long celebrations. Original diner parking lot where Tyler found Southern Thunder had been converted into Tyler's Hope Plaza, education center teaching crisis intervention, family support systems, community mobilization. 4 million visitors annually walked through, learning about 7-year-old's desperate plea and bikers' comprehensive response that created 40-year movement. 40 years ago, barefoot child screamed for help in this exact location, speakers declared during ceremony attended by 40,000, including current Southern Thunder members. Families helped by Tyler's Angels. Social workers trained in Tyler model intervention. 15 bikers heard him and responded perfectly. That response created 40 years of systematic family crisis support. We've helped 50,000 families directly, influenced policy protecting hundreds of thousands more. Thank you, Tyler, for being brave at 7. Thank you, Southern Thunder, for showing us proper community response looks like. Jessica, now 72 but still active, spoke emotionally. 40 years ago, I was dying on trailer floor while my baby ran screaming for strangers to save me. Those strangers, Southern Thunder, gave us everything. Not just immediate rescue, but sustained comprehensive support, ensuring we thrived permanently. They taught me that asking for help isn't failure, that community support enables success, that transformation requires comprehensive response, not just emergency intervention. I've spent 40 years volunteering with Tyler's Angels, paying forward what we received. That's how gratitude works. You multiply it through service. Tyler's own children, he'd married at 26, had 3 kids now in their teens, were all involved in family services work, directly inspired by family story. Dad's childhood crisis and Southern Thunder's response shaped everything about our worldview, his eldest daughter explained during interview. We grew up understanding that desperate situations require immediate comprehensive response, that judging by appearance prevents recognizing helpers, that community strength means protecting vulnerable members. Those aren't abstract concepts. They're our family origin story, our daily reality. Southern Thunder had been permanently transformed by Tyler's 7-year-old plea. They'd evolved from primarily motorcycle club into major family crisis intervention organization, partnering with social services in 12 states, training crisis responders, funding emergency family support programs. Annual crisis intervention funding exceeded $100 million, all because one barefoot child had trusted them with his desperate plea, and they'd responded comprehensively. Tyler changed our identity fundamentally, current members explained during interviews. Before him, we were bikers enjoying rides together. After his desperate plea, we understood our real purpose, using our collective resources and determination to protect families in crisis. A 7-year-old taught us that strength means responding to vulnerability, that power means protecting the powerless. That's our mission now permanently, being ready when desperate voices cry out. At 50 years after Tyler ran screaming, 50th anniversary was massive regional event. Representatives from family services organizations across 20 states attended. Thousands of families helped by Tyler's Angels returned sharing success stories. Southern Thunder chapters from across America participated, many having established similar programs in their regions directly inspired by Tyler's story. 50 years ago, 7-year-old Tyler ran barefoot to bikers screaming, "Mommy won't wake up," speakers declared to assembled 70,000. Those bikers, Southern Thunder, responded perfectly, comprehensively, immediately. That response created 50 years of systematic family crisis intervention. We've helped 100,000 families directly. We've trained 50,000 social workers in comprehensive crisis response. We've proven that immediate comprehensive support prevents family disintegration, child welfare system involvement, generational poverty cycles. Thank you, Tyler and Southern Thunder, for showing us what proper community response looks like. At 75 years after that desperate October morning, both Tyler and most original Southern Thunder members were gone. Tyler had passed at 72 after extraordinary life of family services leadership. Most of original 15 bikers, including Reaper, had passed in their 80s and 90s. But movement they'd created together remained vibrant, now serving as national model for family crisis intervention and community-based support systems. Tyler's Angels had evolved into the Desperate Plea Network, comprehensive family crisis organization operating in all 50 states plus 6 countries, annual budget exceeding $5 billion. Over 500,000 families helped across 75 years, with sustained success rates demonstrating that comprehensive crisis intervention prevents long-term welfare dependency, child removal, family dissolution. Tyler's principle guides everything we do, network leaders explained during 75th Anniversary Summit attended by representatives from all operating regions. 7-year-old ran desperately seeking help. Bikers provided immediate comprehensive response, addressing all crisis dimensions: medical, housing, food security, employment, sustained support. We replicate that model universally. When families contact us in crisis, we mobilize within hours, providing everything needed for sustained recovery. That's Tyler model: comprehensive, immediate, sustained. Southern Thunder had become virtually unrecognizable from motorcycle club origins. Now primarily family crisis response organization with 20 million members globally, many not motorcyclists but people inspired by Tyler's story and organization's mission, operating programs in 30 countries, employing 200,000 crisis responders and family support specialists. They'd become largest private family crisis intervention network worldwide, responding to over 50,000 family emergencies annually. Tyler's desperate plea changed us permanently, members explained. One 7-year-old's scream for help transformed entire organization from recreational club into crisis response network. We're defined now by readiness to respond. When vulnerable families cry out desperately, that's Tyler's permanent legacy through us. The original diner parking lot, Tyler's Hope Plaza, had expanded into 100-acre campus, including Crisis Response Training Center, Family Services Research Institute, operational headquarters for Southeastern Family Support Programs. 20 million visitors annually walked through, many specifically touring preserved section of original asphalt, where Tyler had stood barefoot screaming, learning about desperate plea that created 75-year movement. This asphalt is sacred ground, tour guides explained to school groups and social work students visiting globally. Here, desperate 7-year-olds screamed to strangers for help. Here, 15 bikers heard him and responded comprehensively. Here, a movement began that's helped 500,000 families across 75 years. Stand here. Remember that desperate pleas deserve immediate comprehensive response, that community strength means protecting vulnerable members, that one child's scream can create generational transformation. At 100 years after Tyler ran screaming, Centennial was humanity's largest coordinated celebration of family crisis intervention. Simultaneous events in every state, 500 million people participating through gatherings, media, digital commemorations, all honoring century of comprehensive family support inspired by one child's desperate plea. 100 years ago, Tyler ran screaming, "Mommy won't wake up." Speakers declared coordinated statements. Bikers responded comprehensively. That exchange created century of proving that family crises require immediate comprehensive support, not just emergency intervention. We've helped 5 million families. We've prevented millions of children entering foster care system. We've proven that investing comprehensively in crisis intervention saves money long-term compared to managing chronic family system involvement. At 150 years, sesquicentennial marked revolutionary policy changes. Every state had implemented Tyler protocols, mandating immediate comprehensive response to family crisis reports, requiring coordination between emergency services and family support organizations, funding sustained support, ensuring families achieve stability. Tyler showed us 150 years ago that crisis intervention must be comprehensive, policymakers explained. We're ensuring every family in crisis receives response Tyler and Jessica received: immediate, comprehensive, sustained. That's systemic honoring of his desperate plea. Ready! At 200 years after 7-year-old Tyler ran barefoot screaming desperately for help, his story had achieved mythological status in family services field. Every crisis intervention program globally had restructured around Tyler model: comprehensive, immediate, sustained response, addressing all crisis dimensions simultaneously. The Tyler Principle, it was called. Concept that family crises require comprehensive response, addressing medical, housing, food security, employment, sustained support simultaneously, not sequential piecemeal interventions. This principle was enshrined in Family Services Law of 193 nations. Desperate plea network operated universally. Every community, 50 million families helped across 2 centuries. Results proved principle. Comprehensive crisis intervention prevented chronic system involvement, produced sustained family stability at rates dramatically exceeding traditional intervention approaches. Southern Thunder, 50th generation since original 15 members, had become humanity's largest family crisis response organization. 50 million members globally, responding to over 500,000 family emergencies annually worldwide. "We'll never forget Tyler," members declared. 200 years ago, 7-year-old ran screaming desperately. Original brothers responded comprehensively. That response created 2 centuries of systematic family crisis support. Tyler's lesson endures. Desperate pleas deserve immediate response. Children in crisis shouldn't be ignored. Community strength means protecting vulnerable families comprehensively. Southern Thunder's lesson endures. Crisis response must be comprehensive, not piecemeal. Sustained support prevents chronic problems. Community mobilization creates transformation. Together, they proved one desperate 7-year-old scream creates 2 centuries of systematic family protection, affecting 50 million families. 200 years, 50 million families helped, global crisis response transformed, all because one child ran screaming. That's power of responding to desperation. That's miracle of comprehensive support. That's legacy that never dies. Thank you, Tyler, for trusting strangers when desperate, for screaming loudly when mommy wouldn't wake, for teaching that children's desperate pleas deserve immediate comprehensive response. Thank you, Southern Thunder, for hearing desperate child, for responding comprehensively, immediately, for creating systematic approach to family crisis support. The lesson lives forever. Respond immediately to desperate pleas. Support comprehensively, not partially. Create sustained stability, not temporary fixes. Never ignore desperate children. Never provide piecemeal crisis response. Never forget one scream can save millions. Because Tyler screamed desperately. Because bikers responded comprehensively. Because 50 million families benefited. Forever. That's truth. That's power. That's legacy. Hear, respond, transform, always.